Okay, strange weather. It's raining in some places, it's cloudy, but you can clearly see the sunlight's going to come out, it seems like anyways. It feels like it should be snowing. And what's going on today? I read this at first, which was kind of interesting, where it seems like there's places where they're using drones to try to detect energy waste. Like, how are they going to do this, huh? This one says, a drone to track homes that waste energy. This is a first in Nord-Pas-de-Calais. GRDF is testing this week a drone equipped with a thermal camera to measure heat loss. 300 houses must be scanned in Forest-sur-Marque. The drone proves to be more precise than the helicopter or the plane. People actually did this before with planes and helicopters going through houses with thermal cameras to detect things like energy. I didn't know that was the case anyways. And it says here, with its 4 kilos and its small wingspan, the drone equipped with its thermal camera takes off and climbs up to 40 meters high. He can thus review all the houses around him. The hunt for the heat loss takes a few minutes. The drone is more efficient than the plane or the helicopter. The device is controlled from the ground using a remote control and a screen. And of course with that, they say the drone is a lot easier and more efficient to use. You can get lower in a lot of places, obviously. You wouldn't want to do that with a helicopter or a plane, correct? Imagine that. 50 feet right in the air or something like that, right in the neighborhood. And as well, I guess they say they can save energy in terms of analyzing all the houses and stuff like that. So it's kind of an interesting use of the tech in that sense. Are people going to say, oh no, thermal camera spying? And then I read this, which I thought people got rid of this a while ago, where some people were trying to train birds to go after drones as a form of, I guess, countermeasure. This one says Geneva scraps drone fighting eagle brigade over safety concerns. The Swiss city of Geneva pulled the plug on its anti-drone eagle brigade, a program meant to train birds of prey to intercept mechanical drones in the air and safeguard dignitaries. Officials decided to end the 5-year-old project because of concerns about the welfare of the birds, the Swiss newspaper Le Matin Dimanche reported. As they indicate, there's a lot more efficient ways to deal with it nowadays, and they're saying how because they're scrapping this, they basically wasted all their investments. Like it says here, this represents around 100,000 francs of investment and hundreds of hours of work, he said. Geneva police will now focus on anti-drone tactics similar to those used by the neighboring canton of Vaud, such as signal jamming, detection systems, and net guns, Le Matin Dimanche reported. Police in the Netherlands also had a short-lived drone hunting eagle program that was ended in 2017 after a year. And the other bit of news I read doesn't seem to be getting much, I guess, news here anyways, and I'm wondering why. It seems like it's pretty big. Apparently in Brazil, they recently had an election, but there's so much controversy over it, and you can see, look at all these protests that are happening. Like what? This one says, a crowd of people is now in the command of the 5th military region in Curitiba, the capital of the state of Paraná. And it goes on and on. You can see more videos and pictures and all that. Now, at first I was wondering, is it just a case of one side not liking the fact that their party didn't win? But just by reading it quickly, it appears to be because one of the politicians has a criminal history or something like that, and that should have been a disqualification, but for whatever reason, the person was still allowed to run and they won. That's what I'm gathering anyways. It says here, politician convicted of corruption disqualified becomes Brazil's president for the 3rd time. Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva has become the president of Brazil after defeating Jair Bolsonaro, the incumbent, who is called the Donald Trump of Latin America by experts. He will take oath as the 39th president of the country in January 1st, 2023. He will become the first president of Brazil to be elected thrice and the second to be elected for the 2nd consecutive term. At 77, he will be the oldest leader of the country. Lula served 2 terms as the 35th president between 2003 and 2010. He was also treated for throat cancer in 2011. In 2017, federal prosecutors implicated the former president in their investigation of a vast corruption scheme that they said had taken root during his administration. Lula was sentenced to nearly 10 years in prison for accepting a luxury apartment as a bribe, a charge he has always dismissed as a politically motivated attack. The judge who convicted him would later go on to serve as Bolsonaro's justice minister. So there lies the controversy. I don't know all the details, but if that's true, that's kind of crazy in general. But again, look at how many people are protesting. Makes you wonder why these types of stuff aren't more, I guess, out there in the news, even if we're not there, so to speak. It seems like it's a big deal, isn't it? Holy cow, that wind was no joke the other day. Alright, see you guys later.